She dialed 911 because her bangs were uneven. By the end of the night, Karen was in handcuffs, and the salon was a battlefield of broken dreams. It was a humid Tuesday evening in suburban Ohio, and the Bella Vista salon buzzed with the usual chaos of hairdryers and gossip. Karen Mitchell, 42, stormed in at 6:47 p.m., her designer purse swinging like a weapon. Her face was a storm cloud, lips pursed, eyes narrowed. She'd booked a last-minute appointment with Mia, the salon's star stylist, demanding a perfect asymmetrical bob. Mia, a soft-spoken 29-year-old with a knack for calming difficult clients, sensed trouble but smiled anyway. Karen's reputation preceded her. Online reviews called her the customer from hell, a title she wore like a badge. The trouble started 20 minutes into the appointment. Karen, staring at her reflection, shrieked, "This isn't asymmetrical. It's a disaster." Mia, calm as ever, offered to adjust the cut, but Karen's voice climbed higher, drawing stares from other clients. "You're ruining my life," she snapped, slamming her phone on the counter. The salon owner, Rosa, a no-nonsense woman in her 50s, stepped in. "Ma'am, let's keep this civil," she said, her voice firm but polite. Karen didn't hear civility, she heard a challenge. What happened next was a blur of rage. Karen grabbed a pair of professional shears and hurled them at a mirror, shattering it into a spiderweb of cracks. Clients gasped. A child in the waiting area started crying. Mia backed away, clutching a hairdryer like a shield. Rosa shouted, "That's enough!" But Karen was unstoppable. She swept an arm across the counter, sending combs, brushes, and bottles of hair dye crashing to the floor. "You'll pay for this!" she screamed, though it wasn't clear who she meant. The salon, once a haven of transformation, was now a war zone. Rosa, hands trembling, dialed 911. Karen, undeterred, pulled out her own phone and called the police herself, sobbing dramatically. "These people attacked me," she wailed into the receiver. "They ruined my hair and threatened me." Her performance was Oscar-worthy, but the other clients, now filming on their phones, knew the truth. The videos would later go viral, racking up millions of views on X with captions like, "Karen goes nuclear over a haircut." Officer Daniel Harper arrived within minutes, his boots heavy on the salon's tiled floor. A 15-year veteran, he'd seen his share of chaos, but this was new. Karen, now seated and fanning herself with a magazine, pointed at Mia and Rosa. "Arrest them. They assaulted me," she demanded. Daniel raised an eyebrow, surveying the wreckage. Broken tools, spilled dye pooling like blood, and a crowd of shaken witnesses. Mia's hands were still shaking, and Rosa's face was a mask of barely contained fury. "Ma'am, I need you to calm down and explain," Daniel said, his voice steady but edged with skepticism. Karen launched into a tirade, claiming Mia had sabotaged her hair and Rosa had lunged at her. The lies were bold, but the evidence was bolder. A client, a quiet woman named Sarah who'd been getting highlights, stepped forward with her phone. "I recorded everything," she said softly, handing it to Daniel. The video was damning. Karen's outburst, the thrown shears, the shattered mirror, all in crisp 4K. Karen's face paled as Daniel watched the footage. "That's not what happened," she stammered, but her voice lacked conviction. Rosa, arms crossed, spoke up. "Those shears cost $200. The mirror, $500. And the emotional toll on my staff? Priceless." Mia, still clutching the hairdryer, added, "I just wanted to fix her hair. She didn't have to destroy everything." The weight of their words hung heavy, and for a moment, the salon was silent except for the hum of a flickering light. Daniel turned to Karen. "Ma'am, you're under arrest for vandalism and disorderly conduct." The cuffs clicked around her wrists, and Karen's bravado crumbled. She sobbed, not with remorse, but with the indignity of consequences. As Daniel led her to the patrol car, clients clapped not out of cruelty, but relief. The salon had been their sanctuary, and Karen had violated it. The aftermath was messy, Rosa filed charges, and the salon's insurance barely covered the damages. Mia took a week off, haunted by the incident, though her regulars flooded her with supportive messages on X. Karen's arrest made local news, then national, as the viral videos fueled a firestorm of memes and debates. Some called her a victim of a bad haircut. Others saw her as a symbol of entitlement run amok. On X, posts exploded. Karen called 911 over bangs, peak 2025 energy, and salon workers deserve hazard pay. Karen faced court a month later. The judge, unimpressed by her tearful defense, ordered $1,500 in restitution and 100 hours of community service. She paid the fine but never apologized. Mia and Rosa rebuilt, their bond stronger than ever, but the salon's warm atmosphere carried a new edge of caution. Clients whispered about the Karen incident, and a handwritten sign on the counter penned by Rosa read, "Respect the shears or face the consequences." The story didn't end with justice served. It lingered in the community, sparking conversations about accountability and rage. Karen, now a local pariah, moved to a neighboring town, but her story followed her, a cautionary tale etched into Bella Vista's history. Mia, reflecting on it later, said, "I just wanted to make her feel beautiful. Instead, she showed us how ugly anger can be." Rosa nodded, adding, "We're more than a salon. We're a family, and no one breaks us." The incident exposed deeper truths: the fragility of civility, the cost of unchecked emotions, and the quiet strength of those who clean up the mess. It wasn't just about a haircut gone wrong, it was about what happens when entitlement collides with community, and how the fallout shapes everyone involved. What do you think? Was Karen's outburst a one-off meltdown, or a symptom of something bigger in our society? Share your thoughts. Where do you draw the line between frustration and destruction?